Previously on Deck of Many Aces.
You start dreaming of these incredible vistas of pink and purple crystals, jagged and menacing but also incredibly beautiful, until you come face to face with a centaur with the most recognizable face, and then you wake up.
Delphi's gonna cast banishment.
What?
Raina, you find yourself in quite a tranquil, calm place. It's a workshop of some kind. Because it's not made for you, it doesn't quite sit right on your brain. You're in this space, but it almost feels like the space is within you at the same time. You can't quite shake the feeling of being watched. Welcome to Deck of Many Aces, an actual play podcast made with actual Aromantic. We are a group of people who identify as somewhere on the aromantic and or asexual spectrum, playing 5th edition D&D with a twist. The twist?
Do tell, Ellie. What's the twist, Ellie?
Eiriol died.
Tell
That
us.
killed me. We the twist. We the twist, baby.
Sometimes I can still
Welcome
hear
to
the
We the
voice.
twist. Our new Oliver the Twist spin-off. We the twist.
We, the family twist, present to you Deck of Many Aces.
The twist is none of us know what we're doing. No, everyone knows that already. That's not true.
The twist is that Ellie's tired. Now let's move along.
This is Ellie. She's here. She's queer. She's filled with existential fear.
Come on.
Her brain is also slightly broken.
Shall I take over?
So me, Chaos Ellie, will be taking over for this evening and being your DM, your demisexual
Moron.
Yes.
No, I've already used
No,
moron.
Yeah, well, it's a plural again.
Okay, that's fine. I feel like I'm being shamed.
You are.
Yes. Get more sleep next time.
What's that like baked good with lots of really thin pastry layers that look like a me? It's like a me fouille or something.
Meal
I-
fleur.
That's
Yeah.
the one. That's the one.
I can picture the words. I've got no idea how to pronounce them.
Yeah.
Meal flour.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well,
I was going to say
pastry.
mass, because I feel like I am a mass.
you're all too posh for me and Ellie over here.
Yeah! Me and Eiriol know the
We
originals.
don't know about this meal flour.
This is from watching Bake Off.
French pastry should be accessible to everyone.
That's a weird hill to die on, Am.
A weird heel to die on?
French anything shouldn't be accessible.
Next we'll have
to
weird
anyone.
ankles to die on.
Because the French hate that.
The French,
This is a French
should not be
hate
accessible. We cannot become a French bashing podcast.
Why not?
It's not allowed.
It is a British pastime.
There are certain people
I've
who are
said
close
French
to my heart who
linguistic
quite like the French
imperialism
language,
deserves
okay?
bashing.
So let's just introduce ourselves. Introduce ourselves?
Hello,
Ellie?
my name is Am, and I play Tosia Atherdale, the party battlemaster fighter. We both use she/her pronouns, and we're both anti-French.
You can't say that!
Okay.
I would like to apologise to all of our French
Sorry.
listeners
And
and,
we both-
anyone
we
who
both-
maybe...
We both love pastries.
Good. Good. No French slander allowed.
Is it slander
you.
if it's true? No,
I would like you both to know that we are losing any and all favour that we gained in Eurovision.
No, I'm not saying anything against the
It's
French.
actually pronounced Slondu.
No, we can't.
I'm going to continue to be the funniest person on this podcast.
Confirmed. If you didn't already know.
This is true.
Chloe, would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, yes. My name's Chloe. I was going to make a joke about shelves, but it's kind of...
No,
Introducing
it's good.
yourself.
Please do.
Here's
I was
my
just gonna
bookshelf.
say that my shelves are very full because I'm disorganised. It's not even a joke.
I'm straight up stacking books on top of the shelves.
My shelves are 4 books, and there are books on them, but it's also
Wait,
full of a load of other random things because I don't put things away.
do you have shelf-esteem issues?
Yes, Eiriol.
I would like to ban Eiriol from the podcast.
I'm taking a photograph of my bookshelf, everybody.
Anyways, I already said my name. My name is Chloe. I use she/her pronouns. I play Raina, a tabaxi bard, who also uses she/her pronouns. She also uses she/her pronouns, and is currently banished.
Like my brain.
Consensually, though.
Hello, I'm playing Eiriol? No?
Aren't we all
I'm
just playing
no.
The
ourselves?
world's a stage, and we are the men and women are only players.
I was going to say we're all born naked and the rest is drag, but go off, I guess.
That's my favourite RuPaul song.
Okay, I'm Eiriol. I use she, they pronouns. I'm playing Delphi, the Growfolk Warlock, who uses she, her pronouns. There's been so many jokes, but I still find it really funny that at the start I said wham twice in a very big gap between them. And so on my audio recording, it's just 2 little spikes of wham, and then a big pause, and then wham. And I think Ellie will enjoy it too when she edits all of this.
Mayhaps.
There you go.
Hi, my name is Katie. I use she, her, they, them pronouns, and I'm playing Morgan. That's all I'm saying about Morgan, because I was bullied last time for my description. And let's get on with the podcast.
Oh
Chaos.
my goodness.
Morgan is a
Cancelled.
very cool tiefling wizard.
Oh yeah. I
Very
remember
cool.
the bullying now. It was justified.
It was justified. I have no regrets.
Wow, okay. I'm just saying, like, you lot have
This
done
podcast
way
is
more bullyable
pro-bullying.
things this
Pro-bullying and
evening.
We bully
anti-French.
No,
youth
hey,
groups.
we're not pro-bullying, we're pro-bullying Katie.
Yes, that's
And the
allowed.
Wow.
French.
That's the
Remember
real
the
equality.
Oh god, we're gonna get banned from France forever, and I'm never gonna be able to enjoy a
Listeners,
croissant.
how do I get off this ship?
What exactly are we missing out on if we get banned from France?
Croissants!
France! We're missing out on France!
Here is my statement. Linguistic prescriptivism is bad, and the French
Yeah.
language people police are bad for being prescriptivist, but the French as a whole are not bad.
Okay. You done with your little soapbox?
It's not soapbox
Yeah?
to be against linguistic prescriptivism, okay? It's common
Not a
sense.
soapbox, Mom. It's not a phase. So let's try and harness some of this absolutely unhinged energy and put it into the actual content of this podcast. What happened last time?
Delphi did some stuff.
Yeah.
We waited around a bit and Delphi did some magic science. That's pretty much it.
Oh, we saw some crystals.
We did.
Flot
Delphi
and
sees
Jet
some
went to get their mum and dad, or well, actually that's me being heteropatriarchal.
Heterosexist. Ew.
Ew.
They went to get their parents.
I haven't remotely thought about their parents, actually.
Lol.
That means we don't have to fight them.
Didn't you introduce the concept of them to this podcast? You're the DM.
Yeah, exactly. Everything is improvised.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am
they went-
expecting Flotsam and Jetsam to come back with just like fake mustaches.
Yes!
We are Flotsam and Jetsam's parents. This is. And
They
then
look
they're back
just
up on
like
each other's
us.
shoulders, but they're both wearing mustaches and they don't have a trench coat, so it entirely breaks the immersion.
Yes.
They're also not small children, they're adults at this point.
Okay, so sorry, my throat decided to die.
Yikes.
I know, how rude and inconvenient. So, yes, we ended last episode with Raina banished, consensually, and Delphi blinking in and out of existence like a thing that blinks a lot. My metaphors and similes are not going to be on point tonight, y'all. I will just put it out there. So, yeah, and Delphi, as you were blinking in and out, you, for like a microsecond, saw some crystals in the crevice that you're standing next to. Yeah. So I assume after a minute, Raina returns, as does Delphi. How long does blink last? Is it just a minute as well?
Just a minute.
Okay.
And it would be like roughly every 6 seconds that she'd be blinking in and out. So it's 10 blinks.
10 blinks. Okay. Blink 8, the crystal thing happens, and then blink 9 and 10 are normal. And then
stop.
And then you're both back. Now you guys do your thing.
I think I'm getting a headache.
Delphi saw them in the hole, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Sadly, Raina, you're entirely irrelevant to Delphi now. She's running straight towards... Not straight towards the hole in order to jump into it, but straight towards the hole in order to observe it.
I mean, Raina's definitely going to stick close to you at the very least because she's very nervous about anything
I'm following her
close to the hole.
At the second that Delphi saw the thing, did I see anything weird on the gravimeter, or is it just the same level of weird?
Yeah, you would have seen a spike.
Was that a spike? Did I see a spike? Delphi?
I'm going to be honest, Delphi's not
Spike?
listening.
Oh, I expected that.
Yeah.
I think Delphi saw something.
Ooh. Go to the hole.
Delphi?
I saw them.
Saw who?
No, as in the crystals.
Ooh, are they there? Are they in the hole now? Can we look in?
No, they're gone.
Maybe, doing weird, time and space magic, I don't know, makes their presence stronger? Is that anything?
Yeah, I'm thinking about...
Morgan, you got
I'm
some
trying to think about...
time spells. You want to try it out, see if anything happens?
Time magic, what I could do that is not...
This is science, right? We're testing a theory.
Don't you have
time magic, yeah.
a thing that you can turn time back a little bit and maybe we can
Does
see
anyone
it
want
too?
to do something that I could turn back?
Sure. I'm gonna try and do a flip.
Dexterity check.
Just like a backflip, a standing
Acrobatics
backflip.
check, please.
So this is you, Tosia, doing
Yep.
a standing backflip.
I got a 15, and I have a +2 to dexterity, so that's 7.
Oh, you don't need my help then.
So it's a 17.
No,
yeah,
you
but
can
that
still
doesn't
re-roll
matter.
it.
Nice, yeah.
That's not the
Tosia
purpose
does
of it.
a beautiful...
No, I'm just going to let that stand. Tos just did a flip. I'm not doing any magic. I was too busy marvelling at the wonder of a
Quickly, do
back-flipping
another
elephant
one so that they can turn it back.
Fine, alright, I'll do another one. That is a 12.
Okay, you go back, but you don't quite stick the landing, and you kind of land a little bit awkwardly on your wrist.
Okay, I do a chronal shift. I magically exert limited control over the flow of time around Tosia. You can re-roll that.
Cool. As I feel it happening again, I'm like, no one look at me, everyone look at the hole.
Beady eyes.
I got a 7.
I made it worse.
Oh
Excellent.
no! Oh my gosh! So Tosia, I think. Do you think it's because you're looking at the hole? At the same time?
She's looking at the hole and just slips and lands on her butt.
Oh no!
It's fine.
Yes,
Something. It's a big butt.
it is a big butt. It's a great butt. Yeah, as everyone is watching the whole. I think, can I get you all to do perception checks for me again, please?
I think, not telling on myself to teacher, but I think it's probably fair if I do mine with disadvantage.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
7.
8.
12 plus 4.
God. Okay, Morgan, you see it.
I got 13.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Morgan's
did you
the
say
only-
perception?
Yes.
I don't know why I added my insight. It doesn't make it much better. It's still a 10.
No, it's just Morgan sees it again. This time round.
What do I see?
So you just
Oh.
see, like for a split second, and obviously you're a time wizard, so you know this is an almost imperceptibly small amount of time, and maybe it is just because you're focusing on time magic that means that you're actually able to really perceive and process this fast enough before it disappears. But it's just a microsecond of this kind of like this kind of crevice just being filled with these glowing crystals that look very similar to Delphi's crystal, and then they're gone again.
Did you see it? Did anything happen?
Yeah, I saw it. I
was
just,
right.
just for a moment.
I'm a
Well
scientist.
done. You did science.
I did science.
Woo.
So what?
Thank you for contributing to our bank of knowledge.
Thank you. So what does this mean then?
Maybe we should try doing magic that isn't of this type. Oh wait, you
Okay,
tried.
well, I can't really help you there.
I'm gonna
I,
viciously mock the hole.
Oh
I
god.
was about to cast Firebolt,
Big.
but you do that. Do that. That's great.
I haven't got my spell card,
Eiriol,
but
no! Eiriol, no!
Oh no, it has to be a creature. I can't do it.
Okay.
I would like to. I will cast Firebolt at the pit. I just hurl a mote of fire into the pit.
It lands in the pit and kind of like trickles down to the bottom.
Nothing happens.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, it seemed
Maybe
to.
it has to be.
Oh,
was that?
oh, Morgan,
Maybe it
can
has
you
to
use?
be time or gravity.
Perhaps could you use the gravity gun?
Thought
'Cause
of that
that-
already. Unfortunately, it's out of charge.
Oh, 'cause
I
that
used
could
it
be
all up
sus-
shooting slot
Yeah.
and jet.
Just something sustained, I think, is probably our best option.
I mean,
I could cast slow upon the whole area.
Let
Okay,
me
well-
try something first. I mean,
Yeah.
you Delphi's tried something. You tried something.
Try charming it. Try sweet talking the whole.
Well, I hate you all.
I didn't say
Hey.
anything.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. How could you not laugh at that? Ooh, carry on.
Well, firstly, I don't really. I've never done charming a person on purpose, and I'm not entirely sure how I'd go about it. But also, I don't think that's going to do much on rock. But instead,
But
there's
it's not
something
rock,
I
it's
think-
crystal.
well, it's not crystal right now.
Mm.
But how's about this? And she's gonna cast fairy fire centered in the middle of the rock.
Ooh, that makes
So
invisible things visible.
It will make it everything in 20-foot cube, so mostly the hole and probably us, lol, but
Yeah.
it's dex saves, but yeah, just lights everything up basically in blue, green, or violet light. Let's have violet. I don't think I've done that one before.
Nice.
And I mean, it will make it easier to see inside the hole for starters. So there is that.
Visibility is a key issue.
Yes, and any attack. Yeah, anything that's invisible can't benefit from being invisible if that's relevant, but it never is.
Okay. So as you cast fairy fire in,
Considering that we're working with the crystals that sometimes seem to be there and sometimes don't, I think invisibility is a thing
Ellie,
to be on the warning for. Sorry.
It's
yeah.
okay. So as you cast fairy fire and this sort of violent Ellie? Violet light fills the kind of the crevice below. You can see more clearly the angle of the rocks, and yeah, Raina, it's hard to tell if the dimensions of this are the same as the ones before, because obviously the one you fell into was so filled with crystal, the rock underneath it would have been unrecognizable. So you can see a little bit deeper in, and you can see that much like Morgan said, it goes down a certain way, and then you can't quite see to the bottom even with fairy fire, but nothing else happens.
Well, I think you're right, Morgan.
I frequently am right. Right about what?
Well, it didn't react to my magic, but it did react to yours and to Delphi's. And Delphi's
But
was
only
about
to the...
space stuff, and yours was about time stuff. And you said that they're related. And that's as far as I understand.
Well, I think the banishing spell is not strictly... It's not a gravitative spell, but...
No, but it's moving...
it's related to plane...
Yeah.
Plane weirdness.
It's moving things in
do
space.
Do I have any plane weirdness spells? Not sure I have any plane weirdness spells, except that thing that Felicity showed me the maths for, which is basically a great big, like a sinkhole of gravity. But I think that's a bit much.
I think you might break it if you did that.
Yeah. How about I try slowing it down, like the whole thing? 'Cause it seems to be kind of flickering. Maybe if I try and slow the whole thing down, we can get a look at it. All of these. Maybe
I'm going to go, as Morgan is saying this, I'm going to go and stand right on the pit edge, because if we get slowed as well, I want to be able to see, not have to make my way over there.
Raina's going to be standing very close to Toz, and I know that I am in no way going to stop Toz from getting to the edge if she wants to be at the edge, but she's like, please be careful.
Who wants to be slowed down and who wants to be kept at a regular speed?
I'd like to remain regular, please.
Yeah, same.
Okay. In which case, Delphi, do you want to be slowed down for science?
Sure. Yes. I heard all of
Okay.
that.
Oh no, actually, I should do it because you guys can do magic, so if I'm partially incapacitated, it won't affect the experiment as much.
Yeah, okay. We're all keeping an eye on it, but I figure if some of you are slowed down with it and some of you aren't.
I'll stay slowed down.
Okay, I cast Slow, centered on the hole, which is altering time in a 40-foot cube, affecting Toz only, and also centered on the hole. And wisdom save, but you can.
I choose to
and then
fail
there's
it.
a bunch of mechanical stuff, but the mechanical stuff isn't really important here. I'm slowing down time on the whole.
Cool. As you create this magical effect, all of you now can see these crystals just suddenly appear. They only last, even in the slowed state, for about a second before they disappear again. Hey everyone, it's Ellie here. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. If you are, please consider checking out our supporter Acast link. This is like a virtual tip jar where you can just give us a little bit of a thank you in financial form. We obviously accept thank yous in non-financial forms, and you are in no way obligated to do this. It would just be a nice, cool thing. All the proceeds of that go towards
things like making a web domain, investing in merch, and also compensating the lovely, lovely PCs that I have on this show, because they're great, and they deserve all the love and all the riches in the world. You can find that at supporter.acast.com/deck of many aces, with spaces in between the words. There's also a link right at the bottom of the episode description. Also, do you have a podcast, TTRPG product, or Twitch stream that you think that the listeners of this podcast might be interested in? If you do, then why not use this space to advertise it? If you're interested in advertising your product here, get in contact with us at deckofmanyaces@gmail.com. Enjoy the rest of the show! But in that 1 second, you know, you get a bit of a better chance to have a look at them. You can see that it's very much what Raina described, and for Raina, this is exactly how you remember it. They line all of the interior of this hole, and they go down, and they almost look lethal in their kind of spikiness. They aren't all necessarily in kind of a perfect formation. They're very kind of jagged and uneven, and they're all this sort of pale, sort of slightly pinkish, slightly bluish colour, and kind of depending on where you're stood in the light, and they glow this kind of with this strange sort of internal magic, and then once again they've disappeared.
That was it.
Toz is very excited, but she's still slowed, and so she kind of very slowly raises her arm and is like, oh, I have a theory.
Morgan, could you drop that so we can hear what Toz has to say?
I drop it on Toz.
Okay, so, thank you. What if the reason why Raina got caught up isn't because she touched the crystals, but rather the crystals, much like the displacer beasts and the other things, are flickering back and forth in either time or dimension, and Raina was just caught up in the transportation.
Yeah.
Well, I did
I mean-
fall. I mean, it did, like, nothing happened when I touched the crystal. I just, I fell. I tripped.
Yeah. So this is it's wherever the beasts are from is where Raina went then.
Well, I mean, we don't necessarily know it's the same plane of reality.
No, I think.
But
I think it was.
But it lets us
Okay.
know that when these other anomalies have been happening, it's potentially due to the use of temporal or spatial magic.
Oh.
If that's triggered by this.
First off, Tozia, stop having good hypotheses. That's my
Well,
job.
I do have a 12. I have a 13 intelligence, so I'm not stupid.
I have a 18 intelligence.
Wow.
Sounds like it.
So
In real life, that was the time that it took to navigate to the right tab of my character sheet. But, anyway, yes, that is a very good hypothesis. Ellie, I'm sorry, I'm still doing Toz's voice a bit. Do the crystals look anything like the Eternal Shard crystals, the prisms?
They look like they're made of the same thing.
Like, okay, right. So maybe that is the source of it then? I mean, some ginormous time crystals. Well, not time. Magic. This related crystal bits in the middle of the desert and then displace the beasts nearby. I don't know.
You think they're all related somehow?
Yes, that's what we've been driving at for 30-something episodes now.
I've got a feeling
yes,
in my
Katie, a drama.
I do think that perhaps then, if they're triggered by use of spatial and temporal magic, I hate to be the person who says I told you so and suggested this was the work of an evil wizard right at the beginning, but it is looking more and more likely that perhaps this is a side effect of someone else's work.
I mean, the energy here is not us. I mean, my casting the spell is not what made this happen. It might just have tipped a little bit of balance. Like, something is broken for this to be happening. And I'm just... and doing magic is just poking it a little bit. But it could be a perfectly ordinary magic that's been triggering the actual thing. The reason... The question is why it's broken in the first place. Not who is it in Tekmet that cast a spell and then some displacer beasts appeared.
What if...
But perhaps if we could give this information to Bast, then...
Bastet?
Maybe we could ask... Bastet, sorry. Maybe we could ask people to stop... Wrong podcast. Maybe we could ask people to stop...
casting magic?
For a little while if it keeps them safe.
That's not...
It's not feasible.
People won't do that.
This... Also, this isn't a single person. I don't even know if it's necessarily to do with someone casting magic, because you didn't have magic when you found these crystals. You can't have...
Another good point.
You can't have cast the magic to call them. You can't cast the magic.
There are other people with Raina, and we know there were people living on this island who presumably have some form of magic. There would have been magic users in the vicinity.
It were just me and Seth. That's all.
And the people on this island.
Well, we don't know they was there 70 years ago.
Fair enough.
I didn't see no one.
Also, we didn't see anything
just because
in...
This isn't... There's some sort of logical fallacy going on here. Just because that magic triggers the events or some event does not mean that every event has been triggered by someone doing a magic spell that's time or gravity related. It's just because that is one of the things that triggers it does not mean it is the reason or the sole possibility.
I agree.
And also, if
that's something that does potentially trigger it, then that's useful information that could stop people getting hurt, don't you think?
It is, because we can know, for example, that us, if we encounter something, then doing time-space magic would be a bad idea. Thinking back, I believe when we were fighting that displacer beast way back when, I did a sort of little shift to fix a mistake someone made. And I cannot quite remember if the second displacer beast appeared after I had done that.
But what if all this is not nothing to do with this world at all?
Oh, it has something to do with it now.
Well, yes, but what if whatever's going wrong, you said, messing things up? What if it's not in this world?
I'm laying my cards on the table right now. If this is something to do with the gods, I'm out.
I don't think so.
I mean, gods are an option for what is going wrong. It just means that if that turns out to be the answer, then we probably can't do anything about it. But
I think there's something wrong with the place where I went. The place where you say maybe these all these things coming from.
What do you mean by wrong? Like the vibes?
No, like, well, something that would put someone in a lot of pain and like screaming.
Oh, so these acts are a greatly powerful creature, perhaps crying out for help.
No.
Can I ask where you got this hypothesis from?
Yes, that would be useful.
Well, you know, I've been sending messages to Bastet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I sent another message a little while ago, back when we were in the Spicy Forest. Oh gosh, this is a long story. Well, I had to. We go back even further. I had a bit of a. Well, I think you saw it. I had a bit of a weird night in jail in Clockwork City.
Oh yes, where you escaped and didn't remember any of it.
Yeah, well, I kind of lied a little bit. I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
Well, I did remember it, but I told you that I didn't, and that wasn't. It wasn't entirely a lie. It was very, very, very hazy, but I'm kind of getting used to that now.
Not cool, but I understand.
But there was like
Did you charm everyone in the building?
maybe, but not on purpose.
Oh,
I
I was joking, but okay.
Raina,
Sure.
that's hugely powerful magic.
Yeah. It was very strange.
That's like fey magic, Raina.
I don't know what to say to that. But then you might be on something, because I saw something, but it was like some kind of dream. Except, you know, when you dream of something that's already happened in real life, and it's maybe just a little bit different, but it's still like based in what happened. Was like that.
Raina, what did you see?
Saw a centaur, and he looked real familiar to us, like family familiar. And he's obviously not my family because, well, gestures to cat person.
Adopted family is real family too.
Yeah, well,
Maybe it was just two cat people in a costume.
I mean, true, you never know. Well, I sent. He's definitely real because I sent him a message, and it definitely came through. But he just screamed,
Screamed.
and I don't think he was screaming at me.
Was he like?
Hey.
Was he scared? Was he hurt? Was he angry?
In pain.
In pain. Okay, well, Tels kind of cracks her knuckles and stands up. She's like, so here's the thing from my perspective. Something happened to your brother, we don't know what. This centaur man is from this weird crystal place you visited. He is like family to you, and he needs help. So let's go.
Go.
Yeah,
You
she kind of
want
nods
us
towards
to
the
jump
hole.
in the hole?
No, absolutely not. No way.
Raina, he needs help.
Cause does a centaur person need help 70 years in the future?
I don't even know his name.
I mean, like, I'm not saying that we don't go in the hole, but I'm saying we think it through first.
Well, firstly, I don't think any of us are fitting down that hole.
That too.
So I don't.
Oh, I
think
can
We
we
don't
I
need to
reduce
fit into
somebody
the
in
hole, we
size.
just need to be in the vicinity of the crystals when they disappear again.
I really don't want to do that, Toz.
Delphi, do you have any thoughts?
In general, or?
No.
I think Delphi had
head
lots of
empty.
thoughts.
Just crystals. That's the real trick. Delphi's a bunch of crystals in a
Trench
skin suit.
coat.
Yeah.
Delphi,
Yeah.
well, where did you get your crystal?
This is a pretty good question.
How? That's a.
Do you not know?
Well, I know. I do know. I'm aware.
You don't have to tell us the situation, just where.
It's okay if you stole it.
No, I didn't steal it.
You sound very unsure about that.
No, I know I didn't steal it.
Okay, that's good.
So, how do I put this? I'll tell you the whole story, but I can't tell you exactly why I did all the things that I did, but I did them. Okay?
Okay.
You were influenced somehow?
Well,
I have no idea.
Okay.
Sometimes people do things and they don't know why. That's okay.
Yes, and some people are being influenced by crystals from a different dimension. Sorry, yeah, continue?
I was on a kind of research trip. Someone had told me about a plant somewhere, and I was staying in a small village, a bit outside of the of the forest, and I was only staying there for the night, and I think 2 nights actually. But I woke up in the morning, and the previous day the town was relatively busy. There were people walking about. There was a nice market near the centre. There was things going on, and when I woke up, there was nothing. There was no one in that village. There was no one there.
Oh no.
The only thing in that entire village was it was 2 bodies with close by to each other with the crystal in the centre.
What sort of... Were they people you recognised? Were they grove folk? Were they...
They were from the town. They were none of the people there were grove folk. There was
whoever the locals were. Okay.
yes.
Delphi, that's terrifying.
And you took the crystal?
Yes.
Did the people come back? Did you...
I have no idea.
You just left? You just walked out? Just said nope?
I guess, yes, I did.
That's fair. I would probably also nope out of that situation.
You don't think maybe you lost some time as well?
No.
No.
I saw my father not soon after.
Well,
It was-
definitely not like 70 years or anything, because I think you would have noticed that. But, I mean, it could have been...
No, I met my father at the time we said we would.
Okay.
Not a day later.
Okay. And even if it was... I think at a certain point, emptying an entire town, if that can be done in... emptying an entire town can be done in a night. It doesn't need to have been done in a month.
Yeah.
If it had been in the blink of an eye, that'd be different. But
In some ways it was.
I have a more pressing question, if you don't mind.
mhm.
Whilst it's worrying that an entire town disappeared overnight, Toss kind of looks up and is leaning back a bit from Delphi. It makes me wonder why you were left.
Yes.
Well, the crystal sort of... Perhaps I'm being unnecessarily anthropomorphic, but it does seem to like you. Am I wrong about that? It seems as if it likes you.
You could call it that.
It seems like it.
I think.
Seems like it chose her.
Could be.
I think it doesn't. From what I can tell, it is not that it needs me, but it needs someone to do what I do. And I am currently that person.
Did you ever see anything like the crystal before?
No.
Or did you see it in the
No.
town before this happened?
What is
When
it?
was
that-
how soon did how long ago was this?
I believe it was like a year or so before I joined, I think. I cannot remember how the time frame works.
Yeah.
Proximity to recent weird happenings.
Yeah.
Just a mental note to make. Wait, is that why you joined?
No, well, that's another complicated story.
It's your yes or no question, Delphi.
No, it is not.
People can have many reasons for joining a government investigative organisation. There could be many other secrets to investigate. But yeah, no. Did you?
Oh, I did not join because of the event of the crystal. No, sorry, I didn't understand.
So the
Did you
crystal didn't
join because-
jump into your mind and weirdly compel you to join.
Why would it do that? It's a rock.
It made an entire town disappear. I don't know.
I think we've established that crystals aren't rocks at this point. Well, no, the crystals.
You're right. Delphi throws the crystal away. I'm free.
Yeah, they do.
I don't actually know if geologically if crystals count as rocks. Probably they do. Yeah, I should know this.
Yeah, they are rocks.
But the crystals might have, made me disappear, but they ain't getting up and talking and getting in
That
my
you know
brain,
of.
I think.
Ellie, can I ask you a
What do
question?
I know?
Yeah?
Would I know what a phylactery is?
Yeah, you would.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Look, I know that the crystal itself isn't weirdly alive, but you've heard of lichens and stuff trapping their souls inside random objects and having them
better
compel
not be
people to do
this.
things.
This better not be that.
I think it's a relevant concern, is all I'm saying.
No,
Can someone please explain? I don't know what any of those words mean. and they
evil-
sound very
Evil
scary.
wizard puts piece of soul inside object.
Necromancy, basically.
Why?
Be eternally
So they can
alive?
live forever. It's like a fail-safe. Like if their body is killed and all their body
It's
doubles
really
and
not
bones are
common.
killed.
It's really not common. We don't let wizards do
But
that
it
anymore.
happens.
It's about it.
Well, it's all right. I didn't need the sleep anyway.
It's
thank
against
you.
it's against the wizard code of conduct.
it's very faux pas. It used to be all the rage, but it's it's gone out of fashion recently.
Yeah, after a few too many incidents of people going evil.
Who's our death god again? Irain.
Irain?
Yeah, Irain comes.
Is it Irain?
Irain comes after you. If you do lich stuff, but
It's evil-ish.
it's big evil stuff.
Moderate evil stuff.
I don't believe.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think we would have
that's
detected
good.
some necromancy if it was a lich.
I don't have any reason to.
Time magic and living
And-
forever just seem like they'd be linked to me.
I have never heard of any person communicating in
Wait, he communicates with you?
this way. No. That this is such a. I hate having to explain this.
I hate having to hear it.
Wow.
Then don't explain.
Toz's feelings towards Delphi have definitely shifted.
In a good or a bad way?
Really? Wild. Tots will remember
this.
Tots will remember Delphi leaving two bodies in the middle of an empty town. Wild.
At some point, you just got to draw a line in the sand and say, "What are you willing to deal with today? Not this."
I think as you're all as the four of you are having this conversation, you hear a polite cough behind you, followed by Flotsam saying, "Did someone say phylactery?"
Deck of Many Aces is Am Chisholm, Chloe Elliott, Eiriol Evans, Katie McLeod, and me, Ellie Webster. If you love the show, please consider leaving us a review or a rating on whatever podcast listening platform you are using right now. If you aren't using one that has a reviewing system, then you can check us out on Podchaser, where we can read and respond to your reviews. We really, really appreciate it, and it helps the podcast grow. So thank you so much for people who have left a review. And if you're thinking about it, please do it. We'd love you for it. If you want to interact with us, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Deck of Many Aces. Let's be honest, it's mostly Twitter, like Twitter basically. Just go on Twitter. We're always happy to chat, and we always love hearing from people, so give us a bell. If you love the music from the show, you can find it on Spotify, Deezer, Amazon Music, I'm saying with a question mark, and also on Chloe's SoundCloud. The links are in the episode description. We are a busy group of people, so you can find us all over the internet. Most notably, Am is in our sister podcast, A Rendezvous with Destiny, and actually now so is Chloe. That's exciting. What? So they're both in A Rendezvous with Destiny. You can also find Am on Date Night Drive-In with fellow podcaster Will, and you can also find her on Brain Adventures in their new series, The Defectives Club. You can find Chloe again all over the internet, but most notably on Twitch at Chloe_with_the_flow. I've already mentioned it earlier on in the show, but if you really love us and you'd like to do something to directly support the show, then we've got an Acast supporter link, which we'd really appreciate you checking out. It's like an online tip jar, and we use the money to help kind of advance the project however we can. Most recently, it allowed us to take part in Rainbow Roll Fest, which was an amazing time, and the festival raised over £1,700 for mermaids, which was also amazing. So all good things. That's at supporter.acast.com/Deck of Many Aces with dashes between the words. That's all from me this week. I will see you soon. Have an ace week. Bye!